It's time for Quarantine Cabaret Cocktails with Robert Bannon and Lee Lessack.
Hello.
Hey, hello, Lee. We're
How are
back. Here we are.
We are.
40 weeks later.
45 weeks.
Lee, I would like
Crazy.
to take this moment to sing two contrasting numbers to audition to be on the lineup with Susie Mosher at Birdland. Hold, if you don't mind. They're shortcuts, I promise.
Okay, I'm here. I'm here for you.
I'm so excited she's here because her show at Birdland is literally New York staple in cabaret and theater world. So it'll be so much fun.
Well, I've known Susie for, I don't know, probably 25 or 30 years. She used to live out here in LA. And by day, she was like a receptionist at a big advertising company. And then she would do these great shows at night. And she is one of the funniest people I have ever met. She just makes me laugh. She makes me happy. And I'm so glad that she's here with us tonight as our special guest host.
And then not to sound so, I don't know the word. I don't know the word, but you talk about
something. If you give me a hint, I'll help you.
Lee, I'm flustered because Tony DeSare and Johnny Rodgers are here, and they are literally, they're quite the talented
two of the most
bunch.
Talented singer, songwriter, pianists ever. But more important than that, literally two of the nicest people I know.
So I fell in the Tony DeSare rabbit hole, and I watched a ton of videos. And then I stole Johnny Rodgers from you to play.
You did, actually.
I stole him because, well, why not take the best? I mean, we have good taste. If you're going to rob from the top.
Have you had a good week?
I did. I had a blast last night. Last night was our Hadestown reunion.
Oh, that's right. I was like, what did you do last night?
I was with you, right in the seat.
So out of our little weekly talk show that we started 45 weeks ago, I think it was April 2nd was the debut. Out of that, one of the themes that we've randomly done over the weeks are Broadway cast reunions. And when we have done them, we noticed that our viewership really spikes. So we knew people liked it. And I was chatting with the programming manager of a venue in Milwaukee that I work with often. And this is back in September. And he said, I'm a big fan of your weekly quarantine show, especially when you do your Broadway cast reunions. And I'm wondering what you are doing to monetize them. And I was like, nothing.
We laughed and laughed.
We laughed because we actually 42 or 41 weeks ago, somebody suggested that we create a virtual tip jar. And literally in 45 episodes, I think I've remembered to flash it on the screen 3 times. Yeah. Because we get busy. But, now that you brought that up, I'm going to flash it on the screen, of course. But anyway, so he said, when you do these cast reunions, it's really a great thing. And as a major Broadway presenter whose venue will remain dark for another year, this content is really valuable because it will keep our patrons engaged. And so he planted that seed. And Robert and I thought about, well, what are the goals here? And the first goal we thought of is that we would love to employ out-of-work Broadway artists that have been sitting at home now for 11 months. And so I started calling venues that present Broadway tours, venues that I knew, to ask their advice. At what price point because they haven't made any money either. These venues have been dark.
Yeah.
So we came up with this model that venues would pay $500, and then they could gift this as a gift of engagement to their subscribers. And we launched it. And we started 2 weeks ago with the 8 of the original principal cast members of Frozen. Disney has been unbelievable. Unbelievable. Do you remember a few months ago when I had to do that Zoom call with the head of PR for Disney Theatricals, and I literally thought that there was going to be someone knocking at my door with a cease and desist order.
And they signed on. We started with
Frozen. They loved it, and they asked us if we would do a Lion King reunion. And I, being the smartass that I am, said to Robert, "I'll do a Lion King reunion. You know, when Heather Headley comes on board, she'll be here March 10th."
March 10th.
So it has just been a great ride. It has really been a great ride. And last night we did a Hadestown reunion with the director, Rachel Chavkin, and Anais Mitchell, who wrote the book, music, and lyrics, and 4 of the Broadway principals. It was an incredible, incredible conversation, not only about the show, but about the reopening of the show and what is that going to be like, and what is that process, and what is that going to feel like for the cast. So we've got many more coming in March. We've got The Lion King. We have Dear Evan Hansen. In April, we have Jersey Boys. And then we just added a special matinee edition. It's a Saturday matinee on the 17th with the London cast and creatives of the hit musical Everybody's Talking About Jamie. They're all going to be here with us. We're going to have to do it as a matinee because it's because of the time difference. So anyway, we're super excited. If you want to know more about it, just go to BroadwayCastReunion.com.
And guess what? Go ahead. Lee cut checks this morning. Everyone that's on it gets paid.
It makes me feel so good. It makes me feel so good that
the money doesn't go to Disney. It doesn't go to the Hadestown producers. It's going to the actors.
Yeah. So we're very, very, very proud of this and excited. Okay. Yeah.
He had the vaccine. He had the second vaccine.
I did.
So I just wanted you to know. And in case you watched last show, I did have lunch with Renee Taylor. She had veal piccata. I had a cup of tea.
I did. I had the second vaccine on Tuesday, and I was a little worried, about the side effects, because people have said, especially with the Moderna vaccine, which is what I had, that the side effects can be kind of nasty. And so I woke up Wednesday morning and I was like, I'm fine. And I was fine yesterday. And I was like, okay, maybe I have no side effects. And then I woke up this morning.
Yeah.
And now we're dating.
Me and Renee Taylor, and Tylenol.
Tylenol. We're dating. It's going great, though.
It's going to be a good double date.
It's going really good. We have a special guest host tonight, Susie Mosher. Here's a sneak peek.
And now I'm here in front of you with my dress clinging tight. I didn't feel like doing this. I sat over and talked to Nicole and said, I don't feel creative tonight. Then I stood with the lights blaring in my eyes and I said, no, damn it, I'm show folks. I'm going to give these people what they want. I'm a lady with a desperate grip on reality. I'm here for you. The next person up on the queue. As they say in other countries, not us, we don't say queue, we say line. Get in the line. That's what Americans say. For you Australians, we say get in the line. We say go to the bathroom, not the loo. Okay? We're more vulgar than most. That's the way we are. We're vulgar and yet very, very... We don't like to see the wieners. We don't like to see the boobs. We're uptight, but we act like we're not. That's the way we play it here. A landslide brings me down. Oh, landslide brings me down.
Okay, you know what's so weird? It said the browser would not show the video to me.
You
So
know-
I was in silence there. I was like, what are
Okay,
they
but it was
showing?
good. Trust me, it was good.
Was
I've
it?
heard
All right.
this from people that sometimes it doesn't play, and I don't know if it's about the device or I'm going to find out because
Whatever. That's not my opening moment. I just wanted to say that I felt oddly like, what's happening? But anyway, hi, it's me.
hello,
Well,
how are you?
I'm great.
Aw.
Well, it's funny. I feel really happy to be talking to people. I feel excited that I put on makeup.
You did.
Yeah,
You
I did. I put
fantastic.
on lipstick.
oh,
Well, I had fun doing it. It's been so long since I've been all, you get so used to putting on your face, as my mom used to say. And I haven't been putting on my face for a while. And so I enjoyed myself. So it's all good. It's all downhill from here. Anything that happens.
And you are one of the many people in the world that in the pandemic, you made very good use of your time.
Well,
and you had a baby.
yes. I personally did not have the baby. My
Yes.
wife had the baby.
Yes.
And I was never really planning on having children. And we've been together like for 26 years. And I knew when Hope and I met, she's younger than I am, that she wanted to have a kid. I thought, oh, that'll never happen. Okay, sure, honey. And then like 4 years ago, she goes, I got to do it now. And I was like, are you joking? I am an actor living on, it's like, what are you thinking? I can't support a child. But all these circumstances happened. And I kept saying, okay, because I thought it won't happen, because it's hard to have a baby when you are doing a different way of getting a baby. But she got pregnant, and he's going to be a year old in 3 weeks. So yeah, so it's the whole pandemic. Grandma has been being a mother, and it's like I love him so much. I'm shocked. Frankly, I'm shocked at how much I love him because I didn't realize it was possible to feel these feelings. And it's incredible. It's incredible.
Well, and
he's
it
a wonderful
doesn't-
baby.
Oh, and it does not hurt like an ounce that he is gorgeous.
security.
He really is.
I had nothing to do with it, but yeah, he is a good-looking kid. He's going to be handsome. He's going to be tall. I think he's going to be a dancer or into sports or something. He's very physical. Yeah, I'm excited to watch him grow up for as long as I get to. That's the thing. No, that's the thing. Let me just tell you. Once she had the baby and I realized, I'm going to be so in love with this baby. I thought, but I'm so much older than most people when they have a child. I'm going to get to see like 20 years of his life and bye-bye, kid. Good luck to you. So it makes me sad, but whatever.
Well, it's going to be an amazing 20 years. So
Yes.
there's that. There's
Yes.
that. So another thing, interestingly enough, that happened during this pandemic, and I hope you can see this because it is brilliant, but if you can't, I'll send it to you tomorrow. But you became you broke the internet as a songwriter during this pandemic. And I just need to share with people your hit single because it literally broke the internet.
We're on the changing table. Yeah, it's the changing table. This is where we go when it's time to change, change, change. We change our deities, and we do it on the changing table. This is where we go when we want to move from happy to sad. This is where we go when we want to move from angry to glad. It's the changing table. Note the deities there. Lots of different sauces. And there you go. When it's time to wipe, we reach inside and we wipe it all away. The changing table. Ooh, ooh. The table. Ooh, ooh. Changing table. Ooh, ooh. The changing table.
I love that. That jazzy ending there is so good.
Table, it's bottom, it's by Bannon. It's the.
I know we're going to have to get Tony DeSare's take on that.
I would love to hear Tony's version because that's why. Please explain that it's not because of that song, my version of it. What was fun about it is that all these people started making their own versions of it. I mean, great people.
You mean something like this?
Oh,
We're on the changing table. the changing table.
We change our daddy's soul, and we do it on the changing table.
Changing table, meet the daddies there. Lots of different sauces, and there you go. When it's time to wipe, we reach inside, and we wipe it all away. We're on the changing table, the changing table. This is where we go. And you're feeling so much better now.
The changing table, it's the changing table. The table, it's the changing table. The changing table.
Didn't see it.
Okay, well, we're going to send it to you because
Will you?
we took everybody's version and made it one version.
Oh my God, I want to see it so bad. Please
Okay,
send it to
we're
me.
going to send it to
And
you.
send me the
You got
opening
it.
thing too. Just I
Yes.
want to know it. Yeah.
sure.
You guys are cute.
Of course. Thank you for being here. Oh,
You're
Please.
welcome.
Oh my gosh. So you're obviously doing well during this pandemic because you're very focused on a child.
I'm lucky that way because
Yeah.
I thank God I had him because he was exactly something to focus on because I don't know what I would be doing,
Right.
if we hadn't had him and I was just sitting around stewing about my career and what's going to happen because I've been doing the show at Birdland for about a year and a half now, well prior, and I love it so much. And then when the pandemic hit, I thought, oh my God, Birdland could close. It really could close.
Yeah.
And
Well-
as you might know, yeah. Were you
But
gonna
they
say
did
something?
a fundraiser and they've
Yes,
so they're good, right?
we're
You
good
were-
now.
You were hysterical on it. I love
Thank
you had a
you.
whole section. There was a
I
whole
did.
lineup Susie Mosher section on the on it.
Yeah, I did. It was good. I enjoyed filming that too. But now I have a sense of, okay, I will have a place to go back to. And so I'm very relaxed, and gigs that are left this year are now coming into this next year. And I have a good feeling about the summer and the fall. I'm hopeful. We may not be working in the summer, but I just think people are going to come back to life. This has been devastating for everyone.
Devastating.
I don't know how we've done it as a culture. It's like just having to stay home I miss everyone so much. I miss the nightlife. I miss what my life is about, which is a lot of social interaction. And, it's going to be interesting to see the changes that come for me because I'm a super hands-on host at the lineup. And it's like, I'm always trying to make out with my, with my, guests and stuff. It's, anyway, it's in context, but, yeah. So it's like, I'm going to have to really work on not being so huggy and squeezy and all that stuff.
Right.
But
I remember back in March, Johnny Rodgers and I had just started like a 5.5 week tour in Florida. And we did one show before everything collapsed. And it was at Artist Naples in Naples, Florida.
Uh-huh.
And we've played there every year for the last, 6-8 years. And I know everybody there like really well. They're wonderful people. And I'll never forget, I got there, I was in my dressing room and like the assistant to the executive director knocked on the door and came in and I went to hug her and she was like, gave me the elbow bump.
Yeah.
It was before masks. That wasn't happening yet.
Yeah.
But it was such a strange moment because it was like we were like in limbo, like we were hearing things on the news, but there was no directive yet.
Yeah.
And it was bizarre. It was just bizarre. What is it? You moved to New York from LA. You went into the Broadway production of Hairspray. So, you've become a Broadway girl. What will it be like to do another Broadway show now that you have a son and a routine? Is that going to be hard?
It is because I devote myself to him all day long, and I'm the feeding mom. I'm Mama, and Hope is Mommy, and I I do the feeding, I do the napping, I do, so it's like, and I love it. I love the whole, routine of a nap here. And then, so it's going to be very strange, but I'm also anxious to do it too, because I don't feel like myself really in a lot of ways. I mean,
Sure.
I've always identified as a performer and felt like that was who I was, which is sort of sad really, but
Right.
oh, Ryan Wilson.
We love Brian Wilson.
He's a love. But I don't know how it's going to be going back. I mean, I'll be interested to see. I'm ready. I'm really ready. I'm ready to go back to do something. But I don't know. It's a whole new frontier for us all. Really.
I know.
Well, how did the idea of the lineup at Birdland start?
Well, Jim Caruso is another old dear friend of mine, and he told me that they were opening a new space downstairs from Birdland proper, which is this beautiful little jewel box theater. And he said, would you be interested in doing something in it? And I was like, yes, because I had hosted a show at 54 Below for a good couple of years and really enjoyed it. And I really enjoy hosting because it's a way to not have the focus on you, but you still get to do all your stuff, but people aren't thinking, they don't care if you're not good. There's a lot of pressure, a lot of anxiety for me. I have so much anxiety around performing that I like it, not the pressure not to be on me. And I like, it's kind of fun putting together shows and stuff like that. I like that a lot. So, so he said, okay, great. And I started doing two a month, one every other week. And then Johnny Valenti, the owner, just said, well, why don't we just go to once a week? So Jim has the fabulous cast party on Mondays, and I'm the lineup on Tuesdays, and I'm downstairs in this great new theater. When you guys have you been? You neither one of you. Where are you? Do you all live out in LA? Are you all in LA or
I'm in New Jersey.
He's in New Jersey.
Okay. Well, when you come,
I'll be there.
When you come, I'll be there, and I'll come. Yes, and I'll treat you right.
No, don't worry. I will be there. I'll be happy to be there and support. That's done. It's a date. Don't don't threaten me with a good time, Susie.
No, I have a party. Believe you. You should have seen me when I still drank. Now that was a good time. I was like a happy drunk, but I would do pretty much anything to make people laugh. And, that sometimes got me in a lot of, just humiliating trouble, but that's all right.
Well, I think we need to welcome our first guest.
Yay!
You know him, you love him, Mr. Tony DeSare.
All of me, why not take all of me? Can't you see? I'm no good without you. When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. You make me feel so young. You make me feel like spring has sprung. And every time I see you grin, I'm such a happy individual. Hallelujah, gonna dance, I'm gonna fly, take a chance, riding high. Before my number's up, I'm gonna fill my cup. I'm gonna live, 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 live till I
Hey, Tony.
Hi there.
Oh,
Could you see that?
I could not see that, just like Susie said.
That was great.
Candace said.
what's going on?
Susie, could you see it?
I did not see it.
Oh,
No.
well, it was fantastic.
Well,
All
let
right.
me tell you,
I don't know
both of you
why,
are so good.
but you're so good. How
How
are
you
you?
guys? I'm great. And you know what? One of the things I ran to get, I got a cocktail, and I never
Well,
drank,
cheers.
but I thought I'd take the occasion and have a little cocktail
This
with you.
is the
And
place
you
to have
deserve it.
a cocktail. Tony, your music is stunning. Your voice is stunning.
Thanks. Well, I've always loved it, and I just, I'm just so fortunate that I get to do it after all these years. I've been at it since probably about 27 years, professionally. So I hope that I've improved some over the years.
You make it look so easy. That's the thing about you. You make it feels so effortless. I know it's not, but it feels that way, which is fantastic.
Well, it takes a lot of frustration to get it to that level, I guess. But that's what I always liked about performers like Ben Crosby, Frank Sinatra, things like that. I mean, they were able to kind of just effortlessly sing these songs, and I think the trick is practicing enough where you can get it to that level and just let it be easy and not have to try too hard. I mean, that's how and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
Well, that video recording of "Live Before I Die," that song, I did this awful production of My Way, this Frank Sinatra tribute show, and I sung that song, and it did not look as good or as easy. It was a train wreck. You make it look just so much fun. It's just it's a beautiful arrangement. You have to watch the whole video on YouTube. It's really a beautiful video.
Thank you. Well, that's a tough song to sing. It's got all those all those interval leaps with a half step. Yeah, it's tough.
Now, you started at the very beginning of quarantine on your YouTube channel, recording one song a day.
Yeah.
How many songs are you up to?
I just put out 212 yesterday. So.
Oh my God.
How do you even know 212 songs?
Well, here's why it happened, and I mean, it wasn't a plan to do a song every day initially. I, like you, was on the road when this happened. I started a tour of the Midwest. I was going to be on the road for 3 weeks, and the first show in Cedar Rapids, we did that. Then the rest was canceled. So I found myself home like we all did, with no idea when anything else would happen. And this was like, I think I got home on a Saturday, and on Sunday I just kind of sat around in my pajamas all day, and I felt very uneasy, and I don't know. So the next morning I said, I can't have another day like I just had. So I got up and I got ready like I was going to do something important. And I put on, a level up from pajamas anyway. I put on jeans and a t-shirt. And I went down and I recorded a song, and I felt so good while I was doing it. And it felt, it occupied my mind, and it let me play and sing. And then I shared it, and everyone was so appreciative of it, in the circles that I have on social media, that I did it again the next day and the next day. And then I did 100 days in a row without a break. But it became my morning meditation. It became the thing that kept me connected to music and to sharing music with people. And now that I've been doing it about a year, the biggest thing, I think, there's many, many things that I love about it, and it's still the joy of my day. I would say the musical joy of my day. But the thing is, I found that recording yourself every day, it's like I just have gotten so much. Like when I've done live shows, I started getting back doing live shows a few months ago. But now when I go do a live show, I just sing so much better. I sing at a level that I'm happy with finally in my life. So, and it's because I have to scrutinize myself every day on recording, which is, everybody that sings knows how tough it is to hear yourself recorded, right? So now I'm to the point where, I'll do a couple takes, and I'm actually going there and I'm kind of proud of myself because I didn't sing any notes off pitch, or, I got everything to a level that I like. And it took, 212 videos in a row to do that. But, so it's been and also the connection that I've had with people all over the world, that this, every day, especially on my band page on Facebook, has become this really loving community of people that support me, that support each other, that have become friends, and it's just been a huge silver lining to all this. So yeah.
It's so funny because Robert and I do every week before our show here, 30 minutes before, we do an Instagram live, to get the last 3 people to try and log on, and but what we've noticed is like the people that when they get the announcement on Instagram that Lee and Robert are going live, we have developed these fans from all over the world, from Belgium and London and Australia and Ghana, and it's so it's so
bizarre.
great.
It's so nice. It's love. It's
And then
so nice.
We have this one stalker, literally, who stalks us, and the minute we go live, he comments, "Stop the video," every week.
That's me.
I love it. Is that you?
Is that your username, Aaron8297?
Yeah.
That's you.
That's you. But no, it's amazing. It's amazing the community that is out there that we have been sort of forced into in this virtual world that we're living in, because nobody's left the house very much. And that's pretty incredible,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, if
It's
I
crazy.
stole if I stole Johnny from Lee, I may have borrowed Ted Firth for a moment. He helped me a lot with my music, and I watched your videos, and you and Ted together, him playing and you singing is something magic.
It's great.
Really.
Yeah. Well,
great.
Well, and you may know this, but Ted and I grew up together in the same small hometown in upstate
Where?
New York.
Oh,
It's Hudson Falls, New York. So we're both we're in the same 3rd grade class together.
Oh
and
my gosh.
The every I don't know, was it 3 times a week that the music teacher would come in, and Ted's parents were high school music teachers, and his mom worked at the college, but Ted would play piano. I guess his parents set it up with the music teacher, and I just thought it was the coolest thing. So I'm like, 8 years old, and Ted would come in and be like on the piano, and I just thought it was the coolest thing. So I wanted to play piano because of Ted Firth, and then we ended up going through every class in high school together, and then all these years later we get to collaborate. He's arranged a lot of my symphony charts. We recorded an entire album together. I was the best man at his wedding, so it's been a great partnership and friendship all these years.
That's amazing. That is amazing. I love it. Well, we have another musical genius, Johnny Rodgers. He's been on our show before. I want him to join the conversation, but first I'm going to play a video that he will not be able to see, evidently.
Well, I went down to New Orleans, 'cause I heard her calling out for me. Said, son, you got to try some Bayou hospitality. But without any warning, however could I know she'd love me till the morning and she'd never let me go. So if you want to find me, that's where I'll be, I guarantee. My words like silent raindrops and echoes the wells of silence. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I see when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Don't stop playing unfair with me. Stop giving me the 3rd degree, 'cause I've got your number, and baby, you know you got
Could you see anything?
Well, it was a lot of silence, but in this pandemic, I've been I'm becoming quite a fan of minimalism. So I'm fine. I'm fine with it.
Oh my God! Well, it's great to
hope
see
it was
you.
enjoyable.
It was.
It was.
I got to figure this out. I have to. And if you're watching and you're not a guest on the show, for the rest of you, if you can chat, put in the chat. Let us know if you can see the videos that we're showing.
Hope so.
I hope you can. They're
hope so.
fantastic.
Well, one of the
Anyway.
videos was you and Lee, because you and Lee have literally toured all over the place together. Your work and your shows.
It's been a blessing. That is for sure. That was great though. 'Cause it was kind of like being in an immersion tank. It was very calming and relaxing.
Oh, well. You know, we're like the gift that keeps giving here.
Indeed.
At Quarantine Cabaret and Cocktails. How are you doing?
Couldn't be better. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me. And all my favorite people. Robert, your songs are beautiful. Your voice sounds great.
Thank you so
Susie,
much.
great to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time.
Yeah.
Tony's an inspiration, man. I mean, the passion that he pursues with is really something to be admired, and I appreciate it. Every time I talk to him. I talked to him a couple days ago. We were catching up, and he was telling me what he's up to, and he's just, every time I get off the phone with him, I feel inspired. So it's really great. And Lee, you're not too bad yourself.
Oh, I remember Johnny and I, for like several years in a row, we're doing this like really sweet corporate event in Vail, Colorado, like really sweet, in someone's living room. We would perform, and it was like first class all the way, and I mean, crazy suites at the Four Seasons and blah blah blah. And the last time we were there, which was about a year ago, I think.
Yeah.
Tony was there as well. And he was doing the show the night before ours. And we got to hang out with him for a few days. And that was so much fun.
What a blast. And what a band. You got a great band there with you.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. It was so fun to see you guys. It's such a surprise, to head off and be able to hang out at the Four Seasons, It was great.
There are worse things that could happen.
There are worse things.
2021.
That's fun.
Well, you three were hanging out. You were all hanging out at the Four Seasons. Yes. You were all at the Four Seasons, and me and Susie were at Ray's Pizza on 56th Street. So see, we were all.
I don't know.
That's right.
I was just thinking when you were saying that about all out of town and doing gigs and spending time together. Those are the things that really are so sweet about our profession. You form these bonds with people that you perform with, so you have a musical connection, but then you spend time with them outside and spend time in weird places, and it bonds you in a way that I don't think people who are outside of the business could really understand. It's almost like being in school with them, because there's a comfort, but it's a wonderful experience. I miss that. I miss the community of being with my peers and doing stuff and laughing a lot. I miss laughing.
Yeah. Well, I spend in normal times, I spend a great deal of my year on the road with Johnny, and we definitely laugh a lot. That is for sure.
That's for sure.
That is for sure. Which is great. But I have to give Johnny some credit, and I'm bummed because you might not be able to see it, but I'll send it to you anyway. But we started this. Robert and I started this Broadway cast reunion series 2 weeks ago, and so like 3 weeks ago, with no notice, I called Johnny and I was like, I feel like we need our own theme song. Can you write something? And he was like, sure, just text me like a bunch of adjectives about the show. And so we sent him just a list of words, and he sent us a theme song that is so perfectly brilliant. And I want to play it for everybody because I'm so proud of it. It literally just
hear it.
makes me, yeah. And if you can't, I'll send you the link.
It's really quiet. It's like a John Cage piece.
But maybe you can. Maybe you can. Let's see.
Pour yourself a cocktail, crack a bottle of wine. We're swinging with the stars without standing in line. Fishing with the divas, hanging with the hunks. Every time they hit the stage, they're all slam dunks. Sparkling conversation, inside information, a bona fide Broadway backstage education. Break out the bubbly, it's time for toast with your lovable, laughable, affable hosts. So hold on tight, we're hot to go on the Broadway cast reunion show.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
I saw it.
You did?
I did. I don't know why, but I saw that.
Yay!
Well, I
Fantastic.
saw it. I saw it, but I only
That's
heard.
that's the whole band from New York, and I have to give a lot of credit to. I mean, thank you for the opportunity to write it. You know, it basically wrote itself after you gave me all those lyrics. You know, but
Do I get a royalty for that? Do I
yeah, you are royalty. No, but when we were in Vail and I was hanging out with Tony, we were having, we were hanging out and having a bite to eat, and he was really encouraging me to move further into the recording and the home recording and the cameras and what's involved, and that was the first project that I did with the whole band from New York City. So we all got the same Apple Logic program, and we worked on versions on a platform called Splice, so we could each go in and record our parts. So it's a way to like really connect and make quality music where you're not losing quality. You're actually like in the studio, and everybody can be involved and update the version. You work on it and you can talk about it. So it's been a gift.
Wow. Well, you sound amazing, and it was so great to have the Johnny Rodgers band, who we adore, be part of that, and it just makes me smile every time I hear it. And so I thank you very much.
Well, I thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tony, have you found it that you are recording with other musicians all virtually, all online, or you've been doing it all yourself?
Well, I've been doing, mostly by myself. I did do back in the spring a big collab with other jazz artists. I did the song "Pick Yourself Up." So we had like Steve Tyrell and Clint Holmes and.
I love Clint. I love him.
Yeah. And a bunch. I mean, a lot of people. And so I did that all. I had people sing and send me things, and I had the band. Kind of I had a drummer in Nashville put the drum down, and that was really fun. I did that for the Actors Fund, and we had Brian Stokes Mitchell on it, and Ann Hampton Calloway. It's now like 8 months ago, so it's like it feels like it was 10 years ago now. But yeah, I mean it's a whole new world. I mean, because especially. And the whole industry has moved this way. I score movies. I've scored 4 films, and I was talking to one of my friends who's a film composer, and everyone has moved to just doing, collaborating from their home studio. So rather than, even big orchestras, they'll even have a single violinist put down their violin part, and they'll combine it all. So this has really kind of moved things along in a way that was probably going to head anyway over the next 10 years, but I think it accelerated all this by 5 to 10 years.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. Well, hopefully soon. I feel like I'm starting to hear that Broadway national tours are going to start up again, like in November.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah. So I mean, that gives me hope. We'll see. We'll see.
Well,
And
well, none of us knew that we were going to take a year of early retirement, did we? But the nice thing, Susie, I was hearing you talk about your beautiful baby boy. Congratulations.
Thank you, Johnny.
I have a 2.5-year-old baby girl, and she's been keeping me very busy. And I know Tony's got, how old is your boy?
He's 7.
7. So, I mean, music is amazing, but there's always blessings amongst challenges. And, we all have to travel a lot to do what we love to do and to hopefully make people happy. But, what a gift we've been given to be able to, spend this time with those people who are closest and most precious to us in our lives, and watch the growth day by day.
Yeah.
It's, what a blessing. What a true
Unbelievable.
blessing.
Yeah. Well said. Yeah.
We were doing a one of our very first Broadway cast reunions was the principal cast of Mrs. Doubtfire. This is back, I think in May. And it was the first time we had talked about the Broadway shutdown on our show here. And it was so fascinating to talk about that and hear responses through the eyes of a little 7-year-old girl that was in the show, and Jake Ryan Flynn, who was 10 or 11 at the time. I think he's 12 now. And then Rob McClure, who starred in the musical, said his wife had just had a baby. And if he was doing 8 shows a week, he would be missing everything. And so, it was just a really wonderful conversation because we talked about it through so many different sets of glasses. You know what I mean? It was, yeah. It's something we've obviously never been through before, and hopefully we'll never be through it again.
But we might be. We might
You
be.
know?
This might be what's, I mean, a lot of people, it'll be interesting to see how many people still wear masks and, but I think we should be prepared for this, another round.
Well,
that
yes.
makes,
Yes.
it makes sense.
Yes. Yeah, it's, the new normal, it's going to be different. It's going to be different.
It is.
I'm orchestrating, like I'm rescheduling tour dates, for Lea Salonga and Chita Rivera and Megan Hilty and so there's always the meet and greet, portion of the contract, which you might as well just cut it up because, it's just not happening. It's just not happening. Even as venues can reopen, artists don't want to put themselves at risk.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting. I have artists that will travel now or will about to travel, maybe in the summer to do a concert. But now I have to schedule meet and greets, on Zoom after
Wow.
the concert, and that's a whole different, it's a whole different
world.
It's a new world, and it really makes me sad because it's taking an element of performance out. I love that the technology is becoming more honed to doing this kind of work, and they put the violin down. But there's something really sad about it too, because it's music should be made in the same room together. It should.
Yeah.
So unless you're, but whatever. There's a lot. We're gonna all have to move forward. We've got to deal with what is, and make it work. Make it work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I have a couple thoughts about what you said, which was all great. I mean, one thing about the meet and greets, which I love doing, by the way, before and after shows, but the thing is I was constantly sick. Every 2 months I had a cold for the last 10 years or more. So, and it's I always feel when I was traveling, I was either coming down with something, had something, getting over something, or scared to death I was going to get something.
Yes.
So now
That's the human condition.
Yeah.
Have you been sick this year? Have you guys been sick at all this year?
No.
No.
Nothing.
Isn't that freaky?
No. You know what the greatest thing I have to say, when I flew home from Florida, like I'm a bit of a germaphobe, but I'm also very shy and I don't like to draw attention to myself. So I'm the person that would like get on a plane and then like very discreetly take out my wipes and like you wipe down that for years,
Right.
pre-pandemic, you know, but
It's
I didn't
a little
want
Adrian Monk.
He's a little monk.
I didn't want to draw attention to it, you know, but that's how I would be. And when I flew home from Florida on March 16th, I was in heaven because people were like throwing wipes to the row in front of them and sharing. And I could boldly be a germaphobe.
Man.
I think you're safe from now on.
I think
you're good.
You know what? I am proudly stockpiling.
Come out of the dark, Lee. That's
Wait.
it. Your OCD is now
Johnny,
okay.
next time you come and stay with us, I'm sorry you won't be able to use the guest room closet because it is stockpiled with hand sanitizer.
Wow. Wherever will I hang my tux?
I know, right? Right. I know.
I'm
We're not
assuming we
doing.
need a
First
tux.
of all, we're not doing any tours with fitted clothing. That's not happening.
Ever again.
I believe our next tour is going to be like Elvis, the later years.
It's so true.
That's actually all right. Now we have something to shoot for.
Oh my
Tony, you want in
God.
on this?
Sure.
All right.
Well,
Amazing.
I mean, I know the future is uncertain, but I know that for the people watching, there are ways for them to get in touch with you guys, listen to your music, or follow you guys on social media and your music. Is there, Susie, would you like to start? How can we keep up with all things Susie Mosher?
Well, I'm on Instagram, Susie Mosher, and I'm also on Facebook. I'm so not on anything. I just can't. I can't work up the interest. Yeah. Oh, look, that's me at Susie Mosher. Yeah. But I check all my things all the time, and I post pictures of my son. That's kind of my life.
You sure do. We love them.
He's adorable.
Are you, Tony?
Why wouldn't you?
How about you, Tony? Where can people find you?
Well, every day I have my diary videos that are on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And I've been really fortunate to be able to get back on the road because a lot of these orchestras really want to find a way forward. So over the next couple of months, I'm doing, in fact, next week I do the Seattle Symphony, the Midland Odessa Symphony. I'm doing Naples Philharmonic. You were talking about artists Naples, so I'll be there with the Naples Philharmonic. And then the National Symphony at the Kennedy Center in April. And I don't know. It's strangely like the kind of schedule I would have had a couple years ago over the next couple months. Although when you get there and it's everybody's behind plexiglass and I got a mask on and I'm singing with it's way different. But I really have. But I'm willing to do whatever they need me to do. If they need me to be in a plastic bubble, I'll do it. But so in the next couple,
Gabriel.
at least I know I won't get a cold.
There you go.
But,
And where can people follow your schedule?
on my website, TonyDeSare.com, and I've got a CD of kind of the early days of the Song Diaries. I put out a CD of kind of a compilation of some of people's favorites, daily videos, and I don't know, just follow me on Instagram, and I've been much better about keeping up with those, and all the years that I was leading up to it on the road and dealing with everything, I barely ever made videos and posted, even though I somehow made it a drive to build my own home studio that I never got to use until this happened. So it's been nice to get acquainted with all the stuff that I have built over the years.
That's great. How about you, Johnny?
Oh, don't try to find me. No, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. Not very much because I have I have a new band member now. She almost wanted to fill in for me tonight. JoJo. She really she's a far better entertainer than I could ever hope to be. And but yeah, I do occasionally get on Facebook or Instagram, and the wonderful thing has been like, there's a big band here called the Swing Explosion near Milwaukee, and I've gotten to sit in with them a few times, and I've met some incredible talent here.
Wow.
Amazing players, you know. And where do you find big bands these days? You know, it's just not being done enough. You know, and a socially distanced big band, but it's been great because I've met some incredible new friends and great musicians, and I'm learning so much by you know, using the tools that we have to record together and make new music, create new content, and just grateful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we might have some dates this summer, Johnny. We'll see if they happen.
I think we have a couple, but
We
you
do.
know,
I don't know if they're going to happen.
You never know anything anymore.
I never know
But,
anything.
Well,
I
as
never know.
Lee, as somebody who books shows, are you finding that, say, late? What are you booking shows in the summer now? Are people saying yes, we want you to do it?
Well, there's a couple venues. We had a couple like big outdoor amphitheaters booked, and so they think that they'll be able to present because it's outdoor.
Right.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
And then we've got a couple.
That's good because you can bring the dogs.
Yeah. Oh my God. And we've got a few in the fall. We'll see if they happen. Those are indoor. I've kind of pushed almost everything into January because I think that that's a pretty safe bet. January.
I agree. Yeah.
I don't know. It's really hard to. It's hard to tell. And you know, I know this is not. It's not what Johnny wants to hear, but I've become oddly comfortable not leaving my house. It's probably dangerous.
No, I
That's
hear
fine.
that.
I'll just come over.
That's totally
Perfect.
cool. You can come here. We can do concerts from here. But you know what? Now that I'm vaccinated, I actually do feel safer.
I'm vaccinated too.
Are you?
Well,
Yeah, Hope and I
did
are
have a
both
touch of it.
vaccinated.
I had a touch of the COVID.
You did.
Yeah.
Mild, thank God. I was
It was
not
very, very mild. We all
yeah.
had it. We were all very, very lucky.
You're good. Yeah, I wasn't planning to be vaccinated, but I was driving our very dear friend Carol Cook, who's 97.
I love Carol Cook.
I know.
She
And
is amazing.
her husband Tom, who's 92.
Oh
and
my
my
God.
partner Mark is 69, and they opened up for 65 and older. So
Right.
back in January, I drove them to Dodger Stadium, and while they were like registering them, and I said to the woman, because I had all of the email confirmations on my phone with the little QR code that they have to scan, and I said, you know, I'm just the driver here, but if you have any extra, I would take one. And she was like, "Oh, no problem."
Oh, a triple header.
Yeah.
So that was good.
At Dodger Stadium.
It was good. That was really good, and I was not expecting it, and it really gave me, for the first time, I could like see a bright light at the end of the tunnel.
Right.
You know,
Don't go toward the light.
Don't go to the light.
Wow.
You know, it inspired me. It inspired you guys. All really were inspiring about the way your artistry, your work, and the work you're doing through this crazy time, and the hopeful better days that are yet to come. Truly.
Yeah.
Oh, Robert, sweet.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
tonight.
My pleasure.
These hours go by so quickly.
This.
It's like crazy. It's crazy. Keep us posted on what you're doing, and come visit us again.
Will you send us a copy of the things that we missed?
Oh yes, I will.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
I was like texting with our engineer, and he said that you absolutely can see them, but I don't know why you're not seeing them. So
It's okay. At least
We'll
we
get
to
an
see
answer.
Each other.
That's
You what?
the truth.
That's true.
At
We got
least
to
we
see
get to see each other.
that's
That's
true.
right.
That's true. But I'll be emailing you all the little treats. How's that?
That was
Good.
fun. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stay
thank
safe.
Great to
So much
see you
for being
guys.
here.
Keep
We'll see
posting
you
those
all.
baby pictures, Susie, because I
Okay.
live for
Oh,
them.
You know I will.
Okay.
And Tony, keep
everybody.
playing that music. Thank you
Yes,
guys so
every
much.
day.
Yeah,
I
man.
will.
Checking it out.
And I'll
Wow,
talk to
wow,
you.
wow, wow,
Gene.
wow.
I'm stealing them all.
Are
I'm
you?
stealing this whole team.
I
I've
love it.
stolen all of Lee and Tone. I've stolen
You know what?
Ted. There's
It's all
enough
good.
Ted Firth and Johnny Rodgers for all
You
of
know
us.
what? That's true. That's true. Next week, very excited. We have some of the Broadway cast of the revival of The Color Purple because they've just released the vinyl album, which is purple, of The Color Purple. And we are so excited to have them on and hear what they're doing and to celebrate this album, which is, it's so stunning. So please join us next Thursday at the same time. Robert, have a great week.
It was a pleasure. Thank you guys so
Always
much
a
for
pleasure.
watching.
Always a pleasure. Take care.
Thank you guys.
Bye-bye. Stay safe.
Bye.